test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
Guess who's back? Coming in like swimwear. Don't know what that means, but I'm here. Blessings, uncensored enlightenment talk family. Yes, and you're here with your host, Grace Levi. And you know, I always gotta start off with an apology. I was gonna go live last night again, but guess what happened? I went to sleep. Okay, no, yeah, y'all know I'm an old lady, and I'm an old soul by heart, you know, by soul and everything. So anyway, I'm here for it today. Like I said in the original, my original plan, but I'm here. All right, so what we're gonna be doing is, I told you we're gonna be doing more reaction videos in the next couple of weeks. I have some controversial topics that I want to go over. Like next week, we're gonna get into CERN. I gotta react. No, actually, we're gonna get into CERN, and then we're gonna get into Bohemian Grove. Okay, I want to do a reaction video to a video that I saw most recent on that. Okay, so we're gonna switch up the topics, but they're gonna all be controversial, and we're gonna be bringing the truth behind the conspiracy. So today, we're gonna be presenting my uncle. I'm always calling somebody my uncle, Uncle Joe. All right, Joe Brown. Okay, Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown is a prominent figure in the Black community as far as his position as a judge. From what I have seen, that he have tried his best to fix the corruption of many people's minds, not just the Black young men that came into his court, but literally tried to hit many different topics. Like politics, abortion, women's behavior, men behavior. So today, we're going to listen to Judge Joe Brown go off on Black men and corrupt politicians. Now, this is a 2-hour interview that was done on I Never Knew TV, and that's located on YouTube. So he did basically a good interview. Okay, so we want to react to about half of it, and then the other half we may react to it a little bit later because he gets into the Hollywood celebrities and things like that. But I want to get into some of the controversial things that he have said towards the Black community and Black men. Okay, this is not the first time, but I want to add on to the conversation. We're going to talk about it coming from a Black woman's perspective. You know, I'm going to be 100% real. I don't agree with everything that Joe Brown says. You know, sometimes Uncle Joe go to the left, and I'm going to call it out. But we're going to see what we agree with and what we don't. But one of the things I will say, I'm going to be honest. I'm a little biased. I grew up with boys. I was a tomboy. I grew up with my uncles. I love men. I love men. I love the essence of Black men. I love to see Black men work. I love to see them like fixing stuff, doing stuff. It just makes me feel so good. But what I will say, what I'm seeing in my Black community is not living up to my expectations. It really bothers me as a brown melanated woman. That's a single mother, not by choice, but by circumstance. You can't make nobody marry you. You can't make nobody behave, okay? But we're going to get into some of these type of topics. And I want you to add your opinion or whatever you feel at the bottom. If you feel like some of the things Joe Brown is going to be saying in this content is controversial, not right, you know, you want to come from your perspective, that's perfectly fine. Let's talk about it. But we're going to get down today. So let's go. I never knew TV.com.
Are you aware that starting salary for a cybersecurity?
You see how YouTube do? I think I'll just start the thing and go put a commercial. They lost their damn
Judge Joe Brown, want to say welcome back. I Never Knew TV. Glad to have you here. We want to get right into it, right? And the question that everyone is concerned about is migration. All right. Immigrants in America. I have heard numerous theories about why the American government is providing so much support to immigrants while many Americans are homeless and housing insecure.
Mhm.
What do you think is fueling this mass movement of financial support for newly arrived immigrants in American cities?
You see his face? I'm sorry, before he started talking, he has a permanently despondent face. Like, you asking me that question, you don't know? Okay. Let's listen to Uncle Joe. I love him.
They're not immigrants, they're illegals. And what's going on is very simple. You have the situation set up by Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution. It says every 10 years there shall be a census conducted, the primary purpose of which is to determine the apportionment of representatives in the House of Representatives. We call them congressmen, in other words. So I participated in no less than 5 census takings as an adult. This last one in 2020 was the first one. They did not ask whether I was a citizen or not. Also, it's the first one where they did not inquire as to the status of my parents, what their status was. See, heretofore, what went on is they said, these are the citizens. This is the population of the United States. And we have another category of people who are not citizens. This time for 2020, they combined them. What's the purpose? Well, so California, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, etc., will not lose congressional representation and will perhaps gain representatives. In other words, if you build up the population of California, they maintain the current number of congressmen, or they might gain one or two, but the people that are being counted toward this gain or retention cannot vote.
Let's stop right there. This is 2 minutes into Joe Brown, and he hit it on the nose. Now, I didn't really think about the U.S. Census, but I did take note that the last time that the census was done, there was changes as far as what they asked was as a citizen. This was done the last census. Um, one of the one of the things that I've been saying about this migration mass, as he say, it's not migration is illegals. This illegal migration of people into this nation. I just felt like it happened for a replacement population. Not only that we had a lot of people who passed away through COVID, but the dynamics has changed in America. Okay. Meaning, I'm not going to say change, it got worse because we already always had a privilege type of persona where we always expect to get high-end paid jobs and the jobs not to really like just do us dirty. And this just happened in the last, I'm going to say 20 years. Where is this facade like work less, get paid more? When realistically the foundations of America was work hard and you will succeed. And I think that is one of the issues on why they need to replace the population in America. After the COVID, a lot of people don't even want to work. Not just because of, like I talk about long COVID on Nurses to Nurses News Network and some of those signs and symptoms, but literally because the reality is kicking in with people when they look at the actual inflation and what they're getting paid. And then they see that basically the rich and elite is getting paid more and more. So that's knocking down their enthusiasm. So you have the rich and elite like, hey, we got to have a working class here. We have less people wanting to go to college. We have, well, I think they did that on purpose as far as the way things were set up, pushing the internet, pushing, because the algorithm, it's not just the algorithm. This is a setup, pushing, how can I say, startup business. Everybody start your own business right now, which is the hardest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't not promote people starting their business, but it has to be realistic. So when you push the whole, like a good amount of the young population of thinking that they can just start a YouTube page, do something on the internet, and they're going to be millionaires, they're not going to want to build the foundational skill set that they really need like we used to do in the past. So that's why I definitely agree with him when it comes to the concept of like a replacement population. And the only thing I will say that I think that they're going to do eventually, they're going to let these immigrants vote. If they're giving them housing, giving them money, giving them insurance, giving them working visas, why not? Okay. If they're literally shifting the dynamics of a state, i.e., let's give an example, because New York on fire. We're going to talk about that. But maybe if New York survived this and then they get a whole replacement population, as far as a good amount of migrants, and it's up to 40% of their population, or even 35, don't think that they're not going to allow them to vote? Okay. And even knowing, like you said, you increase the population, you increase the state needs for representative. You get another elected official. You get a little bit more power on the playing field when it comes to them playing these political games. Okay. So I just wanted to add to what he was saying, because I agree with it. I feel like this is a replacement population. Okay. These people are hungry. They're going to take these low paying jobs. They're going to cohabitate, make it work, blow it up, start their own thing. I promise you, in the last month, I have not had my doorbell rings by so many different nations of people, migrants, coming to cut my lawn, cut my tree, power wash my house, they coming in for the jobs, nice little business cards, walking. They got the truck, big old nice Lincoln truck, black Lincoln truck, tinted, and you got the Spanish people, Mexican, whoever they are, walking house to house. You see what I'm saying? It's a different determination. But I will say, Black men, because this broadcast gonna be focusing on you today. I saw something, because white people gonna kick up. White people gonna kick up. They like competition. They not here to play. So it was so crazy, because I pull into the gas station and then I see the Mexican looking, or Spanish, descent, come in with their 2 trucks, big old pickup trucks with the grass thing in the back, and then who I see coming in. No, matter of fact, the Spanish people, what did they have? No, it was construction. It was construction, because they all had the construction thing on. And, I was ready as hell. Looked like they done had 15 beers, but they finished the job. They pulled up, and then the Caucasian young boys, and they looked about 20 years old. I guess they said, this, it ain't no jobs out here. These people playing, and we about to start our own. I can see both of those 2 sets of people having a profitable business, just continuing to be determined, okay, and consistent. You see what I'm saying? And utilizing their resources. So I'm gonna throw that out there, okay. And I ain't saying my black men word, but I when I see them, I'll tell you. When I see something like, you know what I'm saying, well, to compare, then I'll tell you. But right now, that was God showing me that people are kicking up. And this is a conversation for Black men. If you don't kick up, there is going to be a problem. The migrants, the first population that they're going to replace is us as brown melanated people. Okay? And I talk to a lot of young Black men about this. And I say, baby, if you thought that your grandfather, your uncle, was complaining about having a hard time, you're done. Because they had skills. They knew how to fix and build houses. Y'all don't. Y'all don't want to. Y'all want to live the soft life. You see what I'm saying? We got a big problem. So this conversation needs to hit the heart. If it don't stimulate you, Black men, ain't nothing going to stimulate you. Just even with this migration issue, the white people ain't playing. They see it. They about to take it to test. I promise you they'll start a protest on Biden, and all the Democrats will turn just because of this. Fuck around and get down. Okay? Go ahead. They'll be the first out there protesting, signing petitions, trying to get people off and stuff. Us, we sharing information. Let's go.
So there are what I call local yokels, New York and a few other places, California, places like San Francisco, where they have an Asian who is not a citizen, who's sitting on, of all things, the election commission to determine for San Francisco how the votes are counted and such like. There are locals that are trying to generate this thing. They also are trying to bring in people who are susceptible to a new agenda, which is to impose the rainbow cult on the country. It is a new religion. And in order to understand its religious nature, contemplate Buddhism.
Mm.
Buddhism is an ancient and honorable religion, but it does not have a deity, no God. Same thing with LGBTQIA, not homosexuality, but this cult that's represented by the rainbow. You cannot teach Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism in an American public school, but you can teach rainbow.
And that's what I agree with that. I just said that. You want to take the history out of the public, black history first, then y'all history, like I said. But then you want to replace it with sexualism, talking about penetration, talking about anal sex and dildos. And I'm saying it, I have to say it straight, because if that's what they put in the school, then us as parents and adults need to be really, really straight about it. We have to talk to our kids about this stuff, because they're trying to expose our kids. That's why I say homeschool. Okay, wait. I just had to stop all of that, because honestly, I talk how I walk it. If you don't like the way the school system is set up, and that's for all nations of people, teach your own. Teach your own. Okay, you made them, teach them. But you want to put it on other people to teach them, and then you gonna I'm gonna govern what you're gonna teach them, when you don't even know half the stuff they teaching them anyway. Okay, because you just want the kids out of your face. So yeah, that's what's happening in our school system. The push of LGBTQ. What is IA? He said IA. If y'all know what IA means, please tell me what IA means. I don't know what that means.
Get taken to Sunday school, the church by their mothers, and they sit through bored to tears for an hour or 2 hours, a few Sundays out of the month. And by the time they are 6, 7, 8, 9, they are devout believers in whatever the religion happens to be, whether they went to church, synagogue, or mosque or temple. But what you have is the rainbow being imposed 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, preschool all the way through 12th grade. So they are indoctrinating people in this rainbow thing. And it is a system of philosophy that deals with nihilism. In other words, self-hate. You don't like what you are. You want to be something else. There are no standards, duty, honor, obligation, responsibility, accountability, purpose, cause, morality, ethics. All of that goes out of the window. And you get rid of those guiding principles that have controlled and directed humanity since we've been here. You get rid of shame and guilt. Oh my God, we have to get rid of shame. Somebody dealing with shame online. Oh my God.
Yeah, or you making me feel bad, or you hurt my feelings. That's all the setup. That's why we have to have these conversations. Let our feelings get hurt. Let us be uncomfortable. You speak all what you need to speak. I speak what I need to speak. We listen to each other. Then we make it make sense. Agree to disagree, or agree to agree, and keep it moving. It is what it is. But we so sensitive. But that sensitivity was put on us as people. That was a part of the control mechanism. Because it's called, how is it called? What do they call it? It's like an MK Ultra type of program, where they have you self-destruct yourself. You become so sensitive that you end up trying to censor other people from hurting your feelings, that you can't even express yourself. You end up being in the box, because this social control system is supposed to be equally yoked against all of the people. So in the midst of us being emotionally unintelligent, we end up putting ourselves in a box. You shouldn't say that. You don't have the right to say that. This, that, and the third. Big adult kids. I really want you to, like, when you see some of these people on TV, just close your eyes. Imagine, just listen to the voice and imagine a child. And it's going to fit right into a child body. And you're going to be like, oh, shit, Grace was right. We have a lot of adults. A lot of children living in an adult body. Once you close your eyes and stop just looking at you listen to what these people say, we have a mass population of immaturity, emotional instability, unintelligence, not unintelligence from an educational perspective, but emotional unintelligence. Because at one point there wasn't a school system. At one point, people used to teach themselves how to live off the land, grow seeds, and George Washington taught himself about all of the seeds, the I'm talking about George Washington. I'm talking about George Washington Carver, the one that dealt with the moon, stars, and taught people how to plant and stuff like that. He wasn't an educated slave. He was self-educated. A lot of natural skills is actually what saved humanity, not this bookwork. So we have to get right back to that, the essence of that. And that starts with pulling back masculinity into the forefront and not masculinity coming from females. Okay? All right? I told y'all plenty of times. I know I could come off strong. It is because I have to come off strong, not only because I'm Black woman, but just as a single woman and kids. With kids, it's a self-defense mechanism. You get into protect your cubs when you just raw. You see what I'm saying? And then there's all of this other stuff, and it makes us build up that testosterone. And that's women across the board too, because don't get it messed up like white women ain't single women. Okay. I know a lot of them. I came across a lot of them. Like, yeah, I'm taking care of my 5 kids by myself. I'm like, oh shit, for real. Okay. But what I'm saying is that it's still a tone that's being changed of society. In the role switch, it has to be reversed. We have to. Okay. We have to reverse it back. And the only way that's going to happen if men take charge and take the lead. Not men tell women, sit down, you're being too masculine. No, show her she don't have to be masculine. And if it becomes that much of a struggle, that she just gotta be walk away. She wants to be a man. She's not fixable. You see what I'm saying? Because if I had a man came in here doing what I gotta do, like paint, fix this, fix that, call it, man, I'd be having my nails done right now. Okay? But I can't. Because the paint, I had to freaking scrub this, be a man. Okay? Why? Because of the way people are programmed in society. I really think that they have did a job on us. And that goes to men throughout society, especially in America. I think a lot of men are feminized. It is. They are a lot. When you see those gay pride, it ain't all Black men in there. Don't get it up good. Okay? Don't get it messed up. They probably ain't out there on the parades though. Let me find out. Okay, I'm getting to the left, y'all. I just started talking. All right, let's keep it going. Joke Brown. I'm sorry. I went to the left. Oh shit. Excuse me.
You see, when you get this kind of thing, you get rid of the human control mechanism. Shame is good, guilt is good.
Yes,
it
it
causes people to behave.
Thank you.
But we've got this cult that's attempting to put this in place. So what they're trying to do is recruit followers. And that's why politics looks so crazy today, is because it's not about the ordinary things, which are what do you get for your vote? What kind of economic background or environment are you creating?
Thank you.
What kind of thing about the options that a government will exercise? You're getting in place this thing where the primary elements are destruction of masculinity, where it's anti-manhood, anti-womanhood, anti-childhood, anti-nuclear family, and setting up something else.
Y'all not saying that? And he's 100%. Well, it's anti-manhood, what we just talking about, anti-womanhood, what we was just talking about. It's just like we ain't got no choice but to do what we got to do. And then it's anti-childhood. We they're rushing our kids to grow up. Just the way society is just bombarding them and blowing their mind on the internet. And then sexualism of our kids, baby, is a destruction. Oh, that made me think of something. My next live I'm going to do, it's been a slew of teachers in America who have been sleeping with kids in the last 18 months. Okay, we can talk about that because that's part of the sexualism and that's a part of the destruction of our youth. Baby, it's like something is normalized for this behavior to keep on, like just bubbling up and getting worse and worse. Okay, to the point that it's just right here on Front Street that we could just talk about it and your mind not blown. Okay, you're not even worried about your kid. You like, well, that's over there. Right.
The prototype that you're getting in place to run this, you can see by what's going on down in Georgia right now. Fannie Willis is a classic example, the poster child for what's supposed to be imposed on us in terms of leadership.
You see?
That's whether you're talking about Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, whether you're talking about
Trump, dysfunction. You name all of them. They're representative of dysfunction, and they have and corruption too. Get it messed up. I don't care. Y'all be mad. All of the names he named, Pelosi. Oh my God! You remember we did the trending topics on her husband. Hopefully he's still alive. And I got busted in the head twice. Nobody thinks that this got something to do with it. Corruption. It's normal. Trump and his weird shit that's going on in the background, but it's just being overshadowed by somebody else's corruption. They got all the black women on their high haters. Talking about we're gonna take him down when you're all just being pawns in this whole situation that's keeping us, the little guy, the people that's in the Hunger Games. That's us, keeping us distracted in the Hunger Games while they up there watching us and playing us. Okay? He ain't say Trump. You should have said Trump too. All of the names plus Trump, Hillary, who else you want to say? Obama. Name them all. Name them all.
Cory Booker, whether you're talking about Lori Lightfoot. This is what is to be put in place. It's not affirmative leadership.
No.
It's administration to push an agenda. And see what we're getting away from in our cities is the leadership that can get out on a street and say, follow me, and people will go along behind.
Judge, I have a quick question, right? So what do they plan on doing with the citizens that are already here?
Screw them. Like Richard Pryor joked 40-something years ago, he said they're getting them some new Negroes. I don't use that N word.
Thank you.
But
that's what he said it. I told you we was going to be the first to be replaced. Amos Wilson, a philosopher from 1980s, one of my other uncles, and I'm uploaded here on Rumble. I uploaded on YouTube. He made all of these predictions about the state of America, not only how we're going to be replaced by migrants, but how important services were going to be replaced with temp services as well. He said even in healthcare, he said this back in the day, and I was like, it's crazy because that's what run healthcare now. I've been a travel nurse for the last 8 years. And that has taken over the industry. These temp jobs where they don't have to give us insurance unless, we pay top dollar for it. And they don't have a liability to the person that's in and out, easy fire, easy hire. Okay. Very disposable. They may have made pretty much almost every job disposable and replaceable. And the replacement has come. Because the ones that they still need human beings, they're going to train them and put them in that situation and put them under the same thing that they've been doing us for years. Putting a little carrot in front of us, like get a little house. Because the migrants don't know about this, the biggest scam in the whole world, which is the banks. They don't really know about this yet. They don't really know how a mortgage works and how is a death note, how you be paying until you die and you end up dying, your kids lose the property, it was never yours. Things like that. They're going to wake up. And I say, when they wake up, shit, they're going to tear shit down. Hopefully that don't get there and we'll be able to sustain ourselves as the base population in America. Okay? That's not just black people. But I'm definitely talking about us black people. When, like he said, when white people get a cold, we get the flu. Okay. But what I will say is that when we get the flu, We know how to nurse that shit back, okay? I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all done put us through a whole lot of stuff, and we still survive. So, but black people, you can't depend on that. You can't depend on that last minute. God got us because He always got us. You got to get prepared. You got to change your mindset. You got to see what's going on right now. And when you see it, you got to do something. Just like I saw them Caucasian boys, and God showed me that was right there, the two competition right there. They like, nah, you ain't about to take our economy. That's what I'm talking about. I was waiting to see a group of black men come up there, but did I? Let's play the video.
New Negroes.
Oh, actually, I did. I did see black men. They was there. They was right there in front of the barbershop, sitting there smoking a cigarette and just staring at me. So like, hey, baby. I'm sorry. That's what the fuck happened. I'm just keeping it real. That's what happened. I'm like, hey, how are you? Have a good day. I'm like, yeah. I ain't saying he wasn't the barber. But it was like 6 of them sitting in front of the barber shop. But I'm gonna shut up. I'm mind my business.
So to speak. And we also have another thing too going on here. One of the big problems right now is we have surplus labor.
Mm.
And there are not enough jobs to go around on a level commensurate with the expectations of the public in terms of what people ought to earn.
That's what.
So there is a concurrent movement to acclimate people to being dependent and taken care of so they don't want to work. And 2, to get rid of what's surplus, you put them in the labor warehouse, which is known as a penitentiary. And additionally, you have a problem because there are some entry-level employment positions that you do need to get filled.
See?
And when the process of cutting people out of this labor market through their own mental attitudes works, you get, hey, man, I ain't flipping no burgers for no Mickey D's, man. I got my B's and H's, man. They take care of me.
Mm.
And what you need still is somebody to fill that function. Now, in terms of illegals, I had a ranch out in California at one time. You could always tell when the subcontractors had brought in illegals to do work. They showed up early. They didn't take the morning break. They got an hour for lunch. They take 20 minutes. They don't take the afternoon break, and they stay 2 hours extra. And since it's ranch and you always had fruit trees around, they'd ask if they could bring a couple of coolers of cervezas, beer, and have a couple of limes, and they'd have a happy hour, and they'd have a player, and they'd be out by the barn somewhere doing this, and they would get the work done in half the time.
And half the money. And I promise you, he ain't lying. I'm telling you, when them Spanish guys jumped out the car, they looked like they was dirty, like they worked, and 3 hours, their eyes was bloodshot red. I said, that nigga's drunk. I said, but it looked like they tired. But it looked like they came from work. But they eyes, you know, I'm a nurse, I could tell. I'm like, he toasty as hell. Joe, you know I love you, Joe. I promise you, that is so crazy because I went through that today. But guess what? He got the job done. They got the job done. Half the time and half the rate, half the pay rate.
Meanwhile, their uncles and nephews and cousins and brothers who were citizens would be as lazy as anybody else. So they need some effective labor. So that comes in.
Thank you.
And then see, the other problem is computerization and industrial technology have made a whole lot of people obsolete. For the first time in human history, your labor doesn't count because they've got a machine that can do it better.
Thank you.
So what happens is, what do you do when you have a surplus in your labor units, meaning your workers? Think of labor as a commodity, like wheat, corn, or cotton. When you get a glut in the commodity market, there are 3 things you do. 1, you cut back production. 2, you subsidize a would-be producer. And 3, you store the surplus. And perhaps a 4th thing, find an alternative use for the thing.
Get rid of it.
All right. When it comes to labor, you store the surplus not in a grain silo. You store it in a jail cell instead of a grain silo. The subsidy is welfare check. cutting back on production is you get the youth to ideate on the wrong things that are dysfunctional. In other words, they
Don't
drop
need
out,
jobs.
bang out, drug out,
Thank
get
you.
knocked
They're not
up too
looking for the
early,
job.
too often, develop inappropriate attitudes, outlooks, worldviews. They don't have any vocational skills. They don't have any educational, academic foundation to go further. They clown, carry on, and make where they live islands of chaos. So those islands cannot engage in collective political self-help.
Ooh, wait, let's stop right there. He just said a bow, 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 bow. Shots fired. Everything that he described is the foundation of the black neighborhood and the black man. Don't get it messed up. Now, there are a good amount of black men out there. Don't get it fucked up. I know there are. But I'm talking about American, our value system. And usually when other ones come over here, they get just as corrupt. It's something about this value system. Everything that he just explained. I'm not going to work for McDonald's. I got my bitches. I got to look good. I got to do this. I got to floss. But you don't got a window to throw a pot out of. Or you don't got a pot to throw a window out of. And you here perpetrating a fraud. No shame, because they took shame away because they done put everything on the internet. You could just put your penis on the internet, do everything, and you'll go viral. All the things that was shameful, the behaviors that was shameful before, disrespecting women, talking to back to your mother. You know how much murder there are of seniors from younger people wouldn't even been heard of because of the mindset. He just described the epitome of the hood nigga. I said it because I grew up around them. Now tell them I said it. The ones that grew up now, that I grew up with, they working. It took them a while. They done started working by 40, 35. But guess what? It was a foundation of family in those black men, even though they was fucking up back in the day, in my day. Okay, so we got a few that made it out. But what I'm saying here now is that the foundation of family is so corrupted. And our young people are so entitled, self-destructive, have no line of respect, don't have the intellect to even follow through to continue with our nation, with any nation. We fucked up. We fucked up. Now, in generally, like I said, this is more so to my black people, but this happening all over America. Y'all white you fucked up too. Don't get it messed up. Just because you bring them through college, you spend all that college money, drugging, sexual abuse, overdose. Most of the people who on that was on fentanyl and was dying in overdose was in the white neighborhoods. So you need to realize the destruction that's going on within you guys too. That's gonna basically wipe y'all asses out too. I'm telling y'all gonna turn brown. Y'all thought y'all was scared to turn our brown. You gonna turn Mexican brown. I'm just playing. No, I'm not. I'm dead serious, y'all. I'm just talking here. But it's something you need to think about. It's something you need to think about. Let's have these hard conversations.
People can't go out because they're worried about getting ripped off, robbed, raped, or whatever the case may be. Now, part of that process is getting a person to think in the wrong kind of fashion.
Thank you.
And you can see it right now where we get this woke thing where everybody whines about white supremacy holding you down. Well, when you get people to thinking that they can't do anything because something has held them down and they blame this something without being able to focus on what's necessary to counter it,
Thank you.
then you have achieved your goal. You have made them think of themselves as impotent.
Less than.
So they are
hold on.
unable to function, and they acquiesce in what's going on and they just bitch about it.
Thank you. He just said it. That's why white people tell black people all you do is talk and bitch about it. It is what it is. This is exactly what it is because the white man holding me down. Even though there is social systems that is obviously ran by people who don't like you, as I tell you. it can be a system that's set up for everybody. But if you have the people who are in charge have a heart that don't like you, hate you, and want to and going to do everything in their power to keep you down, it's going to keep trickling through. But what I will say is that one, it's not everybody within this system because the system is diverse. But I will say a lot of nations don't like black people. They just see us. They just see us fucked up. Y'all know y'all do. Y'all know y'all do. Unless y'all got black people around y'all got to know us. First thing you do, you be like a little skeptical. Okay, because even when I see some of my black people, I'll be like, fuck around, find out. Because I know sometimes we just be on some bullshit. But when I see some of y'all, I'll be like, fuck around and find out. Because guess what? It's in the soul of the person as well. It's in the soul of the person. But what I will say, us as a nation of black people, black men, he done described your ass to a T. To a tippy top T. Tip of the top. You don't like it, go ask Joe Brown why he said it, and Grace Levi put a damn stamp on it. Get it together because you want to call victims. Stop talking about it and do something. Blame it on a black woman. She too strong. She too this. Well, what you gonna do to fix it? Huh? Take the lead. So what you gonna do when you can't get a job? Okay? What did they do in Tulsa when they wouldn't allow them to get any type of raw products from states around them with no help? What you think they did? They laid the down? They didn't lay down. They got resources from other places. We had people from other countries that actually helped Tulsa. You didn't understand how they rebuilt. It was rebuilt. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street was rebuilt. Y'all didn't realize that. But the way they shut it down, honestly, is they built a highway right through it. And that highway had no exits for Tulsa. Literally bankrupted. That's eminent domain. And I know black people like, damn, well, we did that and they did that. Well, guess what, baby? When you get the money and you're in the land and you know these people are not going to change, what the fuck you supposed to do? I'm just keeping it real. When you have the opportunity, you end up staying here, acquiescing into the system and thinking that you done made it, and then they fuck you. Excuse my language. Yeah. Or use you till you dry. White people, you may not want to hear it. I don't mind separation because I know my people was forced to come here on this plateau. Well, not mine. Mine came here on a boat. But they was forced from, like just being deprived. Their country being deprived, being taken advantage of from France and Europe. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So had to come here. But originally, my brother Judah, y'all was forced to come here to America. So for white people to be like, leave, and you want to leave, that's one thing. Y'all need to take a whole glass and shut the fuck up. Because you really don't want black people to get the fuck up out of here. Because when we leave, you taking the salt of the earth away. One, spiritually, I think you're going to be condemned. Once black people leave here, that's the only thing that's holding this land from being burnt down to the ground. I'm just keeping it honest. Karma's gonna come. Y'all better get it together. Nextly, I know y'all ain't like that shit. It is what you expect. You done killed people, took people land. You better get ready. I done told y'all yesterday. Repent. Shit, what you gonna do? You better repent. Get. Start loving everybody. Start building. Figure out where God wants us to go. Cause I don't think it's gonna be here. Y'all crazy. Love me or hate me. I don't think America gonna be here long. Fuck around and get down. And if you don't believe it, it's okay. But I just advise you have a backup plan. Have a little fucking backup plan. Okay? Or at least definitely don't be in the city. Y'all know that. Get far as away from the city as possible because shit's gonna go down. Okay? So my thing, back to why, because I'm gonna do a special on this too. Should we leave America? You know what I'm saying? They don't want you. As a lot of y'all say, go back to Africa. Should we? I mean, shit. Hey, when Marcus Garvey tried it, you fucking sabotaged them. They sabotaged Marcus Garvey. He was going to get us the fuck up out of here. And that's how the boule got started. Right around when Marcus Garvey was literally getting people together so we could leave. And then here they come. We had his name right at the tip of my tongue. One of the founding fathers of the boule. His ass. Oh, okay, hold up. Founding father. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. The Boule. He done came and started convincing people of the Boule. Hello. Boule. He started convincing people basically don't listen to Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey is ignorant, this, that, and the third. You can, basically work for this nation and build it up. And that's when people started fighting for their rights, want to have civil rights and all of that. Y'all could have been had us out of here. What is the founding father of the Boule? Boule. I spelling it wrong. That's the problem. And I'm getting distracted. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the Boule again. We're gonna pull the Boule up. But I just abstractly, I know that us as Black people, we was about to get the hell out of here. And your government, your CIA stopped us. So fuck around, white people keep saying, you gotta get out of here, you're complaining. Shit, we tried. And then the land that Marcus Garvey had in Africa, guess who owned that land? The land that he was about to buy for about, like, I forgot how much per square feet. They doubled it. And I think it's a gas company right now, like is either Exxon or something that owns that land that Marcus Garvey was trying to buy to get us out of there. But guess what? The government bought it for double the money. And they sabotaged the boat that we was going to use. We had a plan. Okay? Fuck around, find out. Shit, we ain't y'all victims. Y'all just be wanting us to be next to y'all, our cousins and shit, trying to use our capabilities.
Man, white supremacy holding us down, man. Like, they gonna do everybody like they did Black Wall Street, blah, 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 blah.
Like
well, okay, what are you gonna do about it?
Get out of here.
55 years ago in the late 1960s, people were talking about Black power, power to the people. Get out my way, I'll do it myself. Now everybody's talking about when you gonna cut the check. Reparations would not be a bad thing, but it's kind of like saying, hey, if I just win the big lottery, everything's going to be all right. Yeah, of course it would be. But what are your chances of winning it?
And what is the chance of you keeping it if you don't even know how to make it make money for you? And where it's going to go back into? A nation that we don't own nothing? And every time we go to buy something from each other, we complain and treating each other like shit. I'm going to keep this real, Black people. All white people going to love to hear this. It has been the hardest thing in the world to open a Black-owned business. If my Black people, when I offer my product, if they're not wanting it free, wanting me to give them all the information, not take the resources I get them to build themselves up, or if it don't happen overnight, they're not beat. Okay? Yeah, I said it. Yeah. I know you feel away, but it's the truth. So we got to change the behavior. We have to change the behavior because subliminally, you still will buy Prada and Fendi before you buy anything from your fellow brother and sister, and definitely not at the same damn price. Please, I ain't about to play with you.
And why do you insist on voting for a party that is diametrically opposed to granting you what you want because they've got another agenda that they want you to fit into and support that has nothing to do with you?
LGBT.
You're getting pimped.
Democrat.
That's like a wholesaling behind, like what she got out the deal. Her own money back in part. She earned it. The pimp's using it. Gives her a little bit back and claims he's protecting her when he's exploiting.
That's us.
And Lord knows,
that's civil rights to the Black person. They just exploiting us. They give you a little something, but nah, you got these little bit of rights that you're gonna work, you're gonna pay us, we're gonna treat you like shit. Y'all know it. You know it.
I used to represent enough pimps and hoes 40-something years ago when I was in private practice.
So like long term, right? Or not even long term, in the near future, next 5 years.
Let me stop before I add this. Okay, let me clarify because I said something just general where it's like, okay, people are like, okay, well, if you say all the jobs treat Black people like shit, why do they work there, this, that, and the third? First and foremost, we need an income. Secondly, the treating shit is not on an everyday basis. Like it's not like always in your face. Like when we're doing a good job to build a project up or to fix mistakes and just things for the corporation is perfect. But when it's time for us to start moving, where we want to move into positions, it's hard. It's not a joke. Literally, over the last 2 years since the COVID, this has been the most ICU Black nurses I ever saw in my damn life. If you walked into any ICU, it was 95% white or 90 another ethnicity because we had like Indians and things like that, but you want to see a lot of Black people depending on the geographic of the area. If we try to get into a ICU in different areas that we are not of a majority, 9 out of 10 you wasn't getting in. And then if you get in and you demonstrate any type of rebellion, question, move your hand, anything, you become the eyeball. And I'm going to say that, okay? Because I experienced that. I've been in ICU for 3 years. So when I first got in there, it was just all my Karens and Joes. They love me. But I knew, they was cool. They was cool with me because I'm always cool. White people love me. I don't know. When they get to know they love me. But, or maybe they just be doing that in front of my face. But what I will say is that I couldn't be like 100% myself around them because I knew some way, somehow I'll be judged. And I happen to be just the minority of nurses who got lucky to get in the ICU the way I did. It was really hard. I used to go on interviews for Pacific ICUs, and they're like, "Well, we want you to have, to give, this," and I'm like, "Huh? I've been in this field." But then when I started traveling, and as they see me work, that's what they do. When they see you work and they see your skills, and they're like, "Okay, you the nurse, you the traveler for the day. How long you been a nurse? You been doing this? You run these drips? Could you go over there and be the charge nurse? Have you ever been a charge nurse?" And then they find out that you're done. They're gonna use you. That's how I got into ICU. It wasn't when I was trying, because they kept little things. But then as I moved and they see what your skills is, they're gonna use you and put you there. But at that time, when I was just transferring into those units, they wasn't paying me like an ICU nurse until I had to build up the credentials and started showing like they floated me to ICU, charge nurse ICU contract. I finally got an ICU contract and I've been doing it for 2 years. This what we got to go through as Black people. I'm giving you an example because Black men too, y'all be having issues with Black women. Oh, y'all know, and I said this. Y'all say we're masculine. Then in the inside, you feel away because we working. And the only reason why we work and we get pushed through the system, because one, they want to keep y'all down. They want to keep y'all poor below us. Two, they want to push the woman on top of the men, as I just told you. Three, it's because they want to utilize our talents. And our talents don't scare them as much as your talents. Okay, so what I just explained to you is everything I've been going through for the last 11 years as a nurse. Okay, something I love that I just don't want to do because of the way the system is. It's really like we're gonna put you where we want to push you, and if we don't want to, we don't want you to grow, you're not growing no matter what your knowledge is, no matter how hard you work. That's what we really go through. So Black men, you need to take it all the way to hell down, feeling the way about what Black women, like the way we are, because we so high strung, because the shit that we have to go through there, then come home, have to be the man, and then you live a soft life because it's hard for you to get a job, but you don't want to create your own job or create a job that's actually, how can I say, conducive to the development of life. What does that mean? Carpenter, plumber, electrician, gardener. There are people who made hundreds of thousands of dollars starting a small lawn business. I just told you, the white boys, they're gonna make some money. I can see it. They have the passion. These type of things. No, we want to rap. We want to dance. We want to sing. and play football. These are not life sustaining skills. They are not life sustaining skills. That is the problem. Okay. What we're doing as Black women, most of us are going to get life sustaining skills. And then you get mad and tell us we got to bow down. You got to get it together. You got to get it together, Black man. Because I told you, I want to bow down. I mean, whatever they call bow down. I want to be feminine. I want to be kept. But I can't be kept by someone who, one, don't know who they are, don't know where they're going, don't even understand the foundation of life and humanity. Fuck what you want to do is what you got to do. That's what we've been doing from the day one. What we had to do. Take it 5, 7 kids, work, cleaning somebody's house or whatever it was, come home, do it again while excuses was made on the other side. Okay? Now, I ain't just trying to badger my men. I talk about us as women. I'm getting on your ass today, Black men. If you don't get it together, you will be extinct. I don't care how dominant our phenotype is, our genes is, you could get wiped out. You saw what I showed y'all yesterday. Keep fucking around. Black girls going to white men, and we just keep going white. We just, y'all cousins. We're going to be looking like all our albinos up in this motherfucker. Excuse my language. I'm dead serious. Keep on playing and think that you have this innate thing that you can't be destroyed. This false hope of it's all right. It's not okay. It's not okay, Black man.
What will the American landscape look like when all the support is given to illegal immigrants and the natives aren't getting any support, or they're struggling financially?
They don't care. See, they have this new religion they're imposing on you. And it's like, whether you're talking about when Christianity spread, Islam spread, or whatever the religion.
Do you really want to make your holiday special?
That was cool. We was on for a little while. No commercials. Let's go.
Either spreading. You get this zeal where the important thing is the imposition of the religion. You get the 100 Years' War. You get the Protestant Catholic chaos. You get Torquemada back in Spain in the 16th century with the Inquisition. You get witches burnt at the stake, so to speak. You get messes like you have going on in the Middle East, and it becomes a matter of whose version of heaven is better and who's going to help out who to go find out whether somebody was lying, mistaken, or they were true. So that becomes the overriding purpose, not any practical goals.
That's basically what he said. It's basically about a political agenda, who's right, who's wrong. But just like with the situation that's going on in Gaza, people supporting Israel and all of this BS. The point of it is that people are dying. Babies are dying. Even if they were dying on the Israel side or on the Palestine side, the main thing is people are dying, and what is the solution to fix it? Because bombing is not it. And that's what he's saying. Just because there's so much rigmarole in the politics and the buffer of the shit, the whole outside, the core is not being addressed. People are dying. How you going to fix it? How you going to fix it?
We're not talking about
but they don't want you to. They want you to stay with the agenda, the propaganda machine, so they can continue to do the devil's deeds. And that is destruction. That's the destruction of, as he say, womanhood, manhood, household, spirituality, shame, humanity. People are just blown. They don't stand for nothing. There's no stand for something. There's no moral compass in someone like, listen, this is something in life that I don't deal with. I don't like one of the things, my thing is that I don't like liars. That's one thing that you will lose me. Even when my daughter lied, I'd be like, yo, my son lied, it's a wrap. Y'all lost me forever. Because I don't like lies. I can't trust you. It's going to take a whole lot to get back. What is your moral compass? I don't like lazy black men. I'm going to just be honest. I love my black men. Oh, I love them. They physiques, everything about them, the melanin. But if you lazy as fuck and you confused, you don't know where you're going, and then you think you're going to stand on toxic masculinity, that's the shit I don't like. That's a pet peeve. Baby, I look right through you. I wouldn't have to say nothing. You turn your ass right around and say, I ain't going to mess with her. That's usually what y'all do when you come with the bullshit.
Economy here. We're not talking about world power here. We're talking about a way of life, of nihilism. In other words, instead of I'm black and I'm proud, it's I hate being black, so I want to be something else. And it's like, I don't want to be a man. You hear that, you know, and he's got a beard and he wants to be called ma'am instead of sir.
Mm-hmm.
And he sissies up and he abandons one half of the balance sheet between male and female that has gone on since we were in caves or down on the savannah somewhere in southern Africa. So
he talked about Esau and he talked about Jacob. We was in down in Southern Africa. Y'all asses went to the cave. You see how he be throwing that shit in it? Y'all still like women, and we still like men. Even back then when we was warring.
This abandonment of what has gotten us from cave to condominium, and it all goes to hell. You've got Jovenel Moïse. He was the president of Haiti.
Uh-oh.
He was assassinated in 2021.
He talking about my people, and y'all know I did a special on that, and I got to upload that to YouTube and Facebook. I was going to do it tonight. Let's see what he got to talk about my Haitian people.
You've got the current prime minister, Ariel Henry. He's in Puerto Rico right now. He's stranded. He can't get back.
They will, because if you come back, you're going to die. Because they told you to get out 3 years ago, sir. Tell him that. You ain't telling the full story, Joe Brown. Yeah. Oh.
Yamir Cherizier. That's Jimmy Cherizier. He is an ex-cop who is the chief gangster in Haiti. He's a gang leader, Mr. Barbecue.
Mr. Barbecue.
Literally, he has had himself recorded eating a piece of somebody that's stripped and cooked.
Oh my God.
All right. You've got Guy Philippe.
Oh my God.
Now he's
oh my God. He naming these criminals. Oh my God. I didn't know Barbecue did that. So when he say Barbecue did that, he up there doing that voodoo. He devil worshiping. Oh my God. And it's so crazy because what he's saying, like, you heard what Joe Brown was saying. It'd be so much chaos, so much political stuff that you just want something done and you're not really looking at the core of it. You know, when I look at what goes on in Haiti and I'm like, it's so much stuff going on. Maybe we just let the people in the gangs just get it in. You know, we just going to have to figure this out. But how fucked up is that? You see what I'm saying? Our political system is so corrupt. And it's not, I'm not saying about just Haiti, because that stemmed from what I told y'all. And that's happening in all these other countries. It's like a domino effect. Fuck around and get down. And now it's right here. And then hit America front door. All the shit and undished out. But that's what he's saying. We have all of this fluffer. Who did this? Who did that? But if you look at the core thing, the core of the problem, we have serious issues. If we have the LGBTQ movement flourish and the little percentage of the world that it is, and it becomes up to 40%, 50%, what would that do for the birth rates that's already pretty much paused in some countries? Does that not sound like anti-human? I'm just keeping it real. That's not against nature, against life. Right now, I will talk about that later on, not tonight. I always got something to talk about. China, They're stopping to make baby formula, slowing down. They're closing down their pediatric units because the birth rate is almost at 0. I don't know if it has something to do with this, baby. But if it did, we all love Schitt's Creek. So just those factors alone, where we're having birth issues of human beings that's supposed to populate this planet so we can breathe oxygen and the carbon monoxide can come off of us and go into the trees. The trees can live. We die, they die. They die, we die. Do you see what I'm saying? And we dying. Humanity is dying because of we're being manipulated by the chaos. We can see. I had to get into a little bit of Haiti because I talk like, oh yeah, let them handle it. And we got no choice but to handle it in Haiti. And I do got to update the people in Haiti. It was just a story released where they thought that this gang member was buying bullets and they chopped his ass up. I told you, don't worry about us. Don't worry about Haitian people. I don't promote violence, but I'm gonna tell you, we gonna make it. We not here to play. So that's why I say after a while, I'm gonna have to get out of America because I'm not about to play with y'all. Y'all play too much. Y'all be tight. I'm not about to keep talking because they not talking. They're walking. They're destroying humanity. They're genociding us. Shit. Go ahead, talking about this is my land. The whole earth is my land. God, tell me where you want me to go. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. Go. I'm out. I don't care where you want me to go. If God said go, move here, and something's telling me move, I'm going. Y'all crazy. Tell me I'm American. I'm staying here. Y'all better get your fucking life. You better get what you could get now, because we in rare moments. Pay attention to what's going on. Figure out what area you're gonna be able to survive, and you better make it. You better make it, because if not, we got another species that's trying to make it.
He's an interesting person. The U.S. released him from custody November last year. He'd been in custody since 2017. He is.
Did you hear that? Barbecue was locked up since 2017, and America let him go. Does that add on to the story I was telling you about how the coup is set up? This shit is a setup to destroy Haiti. Barbecue is a fucking informant. Now, even I'm glad you told me that, Judge Joe Brown, because I thought he was just like a rebel, like grew up in Haiti and, kind of like didn't like the way the corruption was going on with the police, lost his job. But I did hear he did some crooked shit. Like he was out in the streets, like robbing gang people. Like he was crooked. He was a crooked cop. But now I'm hearing more, eating bodies, making sacrifices. Got out in 2020, and in 4 years did this.
A national hero because way back he was the leader of an anti-Bertrandist coup. That was somebody that got overthrown in 2004. So this hero of the Haitian people has been kept off stage, and he looks like he's the only one that could come in with the authority to put things in check. And in Haiti right now, you've got a situation that mirrors what you have in American cities. The administration is not the strong power that can say, follow me, that can intimidate, apply physical power, force, and get things done. It has essentially been an administration propped up by the U.S. government with a great interest in maintaining the credibility of the Clintons. So that means suppression of a large number of things that needed to be corrected. So you have a weak person that cannot say, follow me, who has been turned against. Now, there is another thing.
That was the one who got killed most recently. He finished off the story that I was telling you guys about Haiti. It's an American coup that's going on right now. And now I see that barbecue is like the damn Taliban built by America. What the hell he was doing in the jail 1997 all the way to 2020? Learning skills, getting connections. How we get all them guns out there in Haiti? You see what I'm saying? Corruption. Corruption, political corruption.
Thing that they're trying to keep under wraps, and that is the current prime minister used to be pro-gangs. He was their flunky. Now
Thank
they
you.
turned on him because he couldn't provide the necessary leadership. And what he had done was taken himself over to Kenya, where he's going to get a contingency of
Some help.
Kenyan military to come in and occupy Haiti and bestow order on Haiti in sort of a martial law situation conducted by foreign interest, which does not go over well with the Haitians. Now, see, there is a need for Haitians to get strong government again. My brother I was talking about, the late Clifford Stewart of Los Angeles, and I had to set up an international rescue detail. A certain beautiful young lady we knew was doing a documentary series over there in Haiti after the earthquake, and she stumbled onto a Catholic convent where the black nuns were taking female orphans and selling them into sex slavery.
Oh my God. You see? I'm just okay. Grace Levi, you know this. You talked to your grandma. She told you that kids was taken, that they didn't come back. You know this. You know that Epstein Island is between Florida and Haiti. I've been saying this. I said I just know that they was stealing my Haitian babies and taking them to Epstein Island and selling them. Okay. Woosah. Okay, life is real. Life is real. You're gonna get some real shit on this channel. This is real life. Oh, I'm acting like I'm surprised. I think I'm mad because it's a confirmation because I couldn't prove, or no, I didn't hear nobody else really say this, but this is from me talking to my grandmother, seeing what went on in Haiti, knowing where Epstein Island is at, knowing that kids was missing in Haiti, knowing that they got a thirst for kids. My grandma said since she was a little kid that white people will come to Haiti and steal people. She said it. She said it. Y'all gonna have to fucking repent. You better pray for your nation. I pray for my nation. All the bad stuff I'm talking about, my black men, I pray for them. White people, you better pray for your nation. There's some evil people. You know what she told me when I was a little girl? Oh, she's like, Shivan, it was this house. And, because they used to go place to place to try to sell like plantain, things like that or whatever. Because that's how we get down. We ain't no slouch. We go door to door just like the Mexicans. We ain't got no economy. But we just circulate the money amongst each other. Fuck it. But she was like, this house, my grandmother always told me, don't go to that house because if you go, you're going to get missing. She said her friend went to that house and she saw her friend fall through the damn porch. I said, Grandma, you ain't telling the truth. She said, oh, you tell me I'm lying? I didn't lie. Them damn white people, they did. I said, okay, Grandma, okay. Pray for Haiti. Shit, talking about is our voodoo. No, it's the setup. Fuck around and find out. Thank you, Joe Brown, for finishing the story. And you hurt my feelings because I know my Haitian kids are being stolen. Just like the American kids here is being stolen. But there, at least y'all got the police to look for y'all a little bit. Put you on a little milk carton. Over there, barely.
Or conducting actual prostitution rings out of the convent.
Ugh.
She was covering this and they were trying to kidnap her. Yep. So we had to take some steps to stop this from happening. Now that kind of thing is endemic in Haiti right now. And it got exploited, according to the Haitians, by the likes of the Clintons at one point in time for their the Clintons' economic benefits. I don't know if that was Bill Clinton, but it certainly would be an implication of Hillary.
No allegedly. Okay. Finish off my story about Haiti for me. Thank you.
That kind of thing where we have a power vacuum. just like we have in the cities of America, where we have administrators, but we don't have leaders. And you have street gangs taking control of a circumstance like they did in Chicago.
Thank you.
Lori Lightfoot pulled off one of the damn dumbest stunts I've ever seen. She wanted to get street credibility by helping out what she thought were community organizations. So she put up a lot of money with what she thought were Hispanic community organizations, but they turned out to be street gangs.
Ooh.
They used the money to buy up arms that were hijacked from several boxcars that were in the IC rail yard, which, considering what they got, would contribute significantly to the armaments out in the streets.
Now let's stop right there. Now, Joe Brown, you're gonna have to be 100% on that. Don't be trying to talk about Hillary Clinton and them did stuff in other countries and act like they ain't do it here. I literally just told this story, okay? Where when I was in New York, hold on, let me talk about my story. First, he just said what happened in Chicago is that one, the misallocation of money allegedly went to Hispanic gang members and they bought guns from boxcar trains. First and foremost, who owns the trains? Who set up the heist? Who set it up? Because them trains stopped there specifically and allowed those guns to be taken off. And you know why I say it with no allegedly? Because I witnessed that in Newark, New Jersey. And I just was telling about this story today when I was about 13, 14 years old. Me and my girlfriend running the streets outside 1 o'clock in the morning, trying to drink some liquor, acting like a fool. You know, the helicopters going around like they usually do. We know when the helicopters are loaded looking for somebody. It is a hunt. So we're not really worried about nothing. So we going towards the park after we saw the helicopter in the area. All of a sudden, you just see like 6, 7 boys running, book bags, hands like this. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what the fuck you just. It's things poking up. Literally, they just ran down the middle of the street. Me and my girlfriend looked at, well, my friend, my best friend, looking. These niggas got guns. Like I'm talking about Bonnie and Clyde guns. This was in the 90s, okay? They was like late 90s. It was Bonnie and Clyde guns. So literally, they were dumping those old school guns, the guns that had the circle. Okay, it's pictures with dudes in Newark with these guns when they were doing drill music. That's how drill music got started. All of this demon time, all of the, like the gangs got, like when the guns came in, it was like raw, like it was a demon spirit that hit Newark. They were killing innocent people, getting kids to try to sell drugs. They don't give a damn. Women was getting killed. But just like he said, but he didn't say, it was a boxcar that these people allegedly was able to buy guns from. These gangs that stopped in Chicago. How did it stop? Who owned it? Who set it up? I'm going to give you another example. Okay, because I only got to 20 minutes in this video. We're going to do one more reaction to something he's saying, and then I'm going to end this live because I got some things to do. Go to bed, and I'm going to come back probably Wednesday. But what I will say, hold on, it was one more thing that happened. What else happened in Newark? What else happened? I was talking about the boxcar and the guns, and that's when we saw that. This is going to come. Oh, okay, here we go. Big crime, little fish, straight government heist, or let's say it was a dock heist. In Newark, New Jersey, we have the Newark Airport, which is a very prominent, important airport, and we have the Newark Dock. That is one of the prominent on the East Coast receiving docks. Newark was mostly white at one point, okay? Now, this goes to say that this dock in probably early 2000s, 2008 or 9, they were involved in one of the state's largest carjacking or car stealing, car theft heists in Jersey. Literally, somebody who worked for the dock would get the gate open, and it'd be like 15 hood dudes, because Newark was known for stealing cars. They will recruit these boys off the street, pay them $500, $600, $1,000 to steal the cars. They'll come, boom, 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 boom. I mean, for the first 12 hours of those cars being stolen, don't be on the street. I mean, you seeing boats, legends running down the street. We in city streets. So what ended up happening is that they named all the boys in the car theft ring as the biggest car thieves, da da da. But they never named the employees who were working at the dock that allowed it to happen. And they didn't tell who was transporting the cars that they were stealing to Africa. Because the cars was being transported to Africa. Because they'll have it for the first 12 hours and then get rid of it. They go get rid of it, do whatever they need to do with the serial, the VIN number, and get it on another boat and get it out. So, who do you think ran that heist? Is that political corruption or what? And then you say to us, black people, you the epitome of, blaming people. You create your own demise. The shit is a setup. That's why I say, black men, you got to think another way. Because within our system, it is a setup. You need to know how to maneuver it and get the fuck out. If you don't, you're going to be feeling it some way, somehow. I know you don't like that, but the white people who know the system corrupted, they feel the same way. They fuck around and get down. They don't want to work for corporate entities. They know that shit is crooked. They had their own farm. They had their own land. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So they feel the same way. I'm just trying to teach my black men how to think like y'all. Get the hell out from the people who call themselves the elite, okay? Mm-hmm. Because we're all the undesirables to them, all of us.
So that left black street gangs at the mercy of brown street gangs, which caused some dealings to go on for an armaments race in Chicago. So now you've got a situation where the administration in Chicago doesn't run Chicago. It's the street gangs, but then in opposition to the illegal immigrants who have come in, now you have the people organizing and taking their own power and saying, hell no, we don't want you. And dealing with the non-effective administration effectively taking back control for the people. It's an interesting thing.
That's crazy because he's blaming that lady, the mayor, even though she messed up by doing that and she fueled it. But at least she tried to give back so they can actually. She was trying to infuse money into the community. The things that it wasn't a check and balance system. You see what I'm saying? And the people who were running it had to be fools. But it's different from what's happening in Haiti. Because there, you saw how he said the prime minister was working with the gangs, and when I did the little documentary on Haiti, that's my little spill. Well, we found out that one of the main gangs in Haiti, because there's over 8 of them, one of them is known for kidnapping, and the prime minister was using them to control and kidnap people. So, yeah, I know our corruption is a little bit more turned up than out here, but maybe it's because it's exposed. But it's corruption here too, y'all. I just gave y'all 2 stories and he gave y'all 1. Y'all going to have to realize that the black people are set up. I know we keep complaining about it, but you need to realize that we got a reason to complain. Shit.
And our leadership is not like this man, Bob Marley.
Nope.
You go down to Jamaica and they feature him in the Jamaica National Museum. And if you see the movie Marley, they stick pretty close to what's going on. He resists the temptation to just make money because he's about the principles that Rasta stands for, which are advancement of the people.
Thank you.
And you must have purpose, principle, and you must have cause. And he devoted his music to that, and he turned down a lot of just money-making opportunities to do that, and he became a national hero because he faced danger. If you look at the movie, they tread very lightly on it, but there were several assassination attempts because he was saying things that a lot of people didn't want said and that some of the street gangs did not want in place while he was trying to get his music together, because he used it to convey a message. We do not have that now for the most part. It's glorification of pimps, hoes, all kinds of wrongdoing, drug dealing, and general dysfunction and disorder. That's not cool. But you see, this is a difference between somebody whose leadership is about a point. Leadership is about a principle. So when you look at our urban leadership now, what do they stand for? Law and order? No. Are they standing for the family? No, they're for destruction of the traditional nuclear family. Are they about the standards of manhood and masculinity? No, they're against purpose and cause, no shame, no guilt, and anything goes.
And that's where I'm going to stop right there, black man. Okay. That is to you. Anything goes. No shame, no cause, no purpose. Does that define you? Does that hurt when you hear a black woman say that? That means that you're going to have to tighten up. Okay. Purpose is the first thing. Okay. Persistence, culture, family should be the foundation of your thinking. And if it's not, you're part of the problem, okay? You're part of the destruction of humanity, because us as brown melanated people, we play a significant role in humanity. We always did, no matter what they told us. But it's you that decide to be weak. It's you that decide to be the victim. And as I told you guys, if they don't want us here, get the hell up and get the hell out. It is what it is. I'll be damned if white person like, go ahead, get out. I'm like, okay. Buy me the plane ticket. I'm ready. Motherfucker. Okay. Let me stop. All right, listen. This is what I want to tell you. I love you guys. I've been on for 1 hour and 22 minutes. I'm not going to drag it on. I actually wanted to do an hour reaction to like an hour of his content, but he hit so much things in just 22 minutes that I'm going to have to come back with a round 2 this weekend with this. Wednesday, I'm coming with something else. But this weekend, I think I'm going to hit this back so we could go back into this a little bit, because I know he's going to get more into Hollywood celebrities and things like that. But I'm glad that he had this conversation and I could add to the conversation, you know. And I told y'all, I'm not the average woman. No, I don't think like the average woman. You see my soul. You see where I came from. You see what we went through, what we going through. And I will hope I can spread some of that vibe of just freedom. You better get up to stand up. Because if you don't, ain't nobody going to take care of you. And that's why right now, that's what's going on in Haiti. We're standing up. We're going to stand up. As long as Joe Brown says, the corrupt ass America, get out of Haiti, get out of our hoods, stop trying to cause coups, because the same way they causing coups in these other countries, they causing coups here. They causing coups here in the black community. Let me tell you how they cause a coup here for the white community. And go ahead. They put heroin and fentanyl, and it's flooded in the white community as well as the rural community. So my Caucasian brothers, just know that the coups and the complaining that we're doing, y'all sound just like us, but you try to act like our fight and our plight is different, but it's not. So let's finish off with a word from Jock Core. Let's wake up. Let's be a family. I love music. Y'all know I love music.
Listen, I guide and I keep and I protect them. Let not the dragon or the serpent have no power by it. Scatter them, flatter them, batter them, beat and burn them for our jobs. 1, 2.
Children in the army, no. Children, wake up and stop walking your sleep. Lift your heads up. It's no time will, let it be done. We shall surely push it over. Yeah. Where is the love? They sing about so much. Yeah. Every day, it's the same old chorus. Yeah. They say it with their mouth, but there's a conflict in their heart. No. Something to add up, a revolution why start. Your children wake up, ain't stop walking your sleep. Lift your heads up, it's no time to take defeat. If we're not gonna do good, we shall surely push it over. Only till we let it be done, we shall surely push it over. Yeah. Let them say what they wanna say. Did they hear the people cry? Or feel the pain we bear? You betrayed us and you say that you care. You won't convince us with your lies. So please go the other way. Children, wake up and stop walking your sleep. Lift your heads up. It's no time to take defeat. If we're not gonna do good, we shall surely push it over. Only till we let it be done, we shall surely push it over. Yeah. Them no fascinate way, them can't vaccinate way. We got the right to choose our own destiny. Yeah. Judge a different way, and them not be friend way. Cause we don't come to lose, Rastafari give us a victory. Our children wake up.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all. Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.